So in this video, we are going to talk about how to know your target audiences like your mom and pop without never talking in the language they fail to understand. So the next big question that I wanted to start is following. Are you a newly launched business making less than $50,000 to $100,000 in revenue? And your constant struggle is to generate content that excites your friend. Pause. Take a time to think for a moment. It could possibly be, right? It could possibly be you. Okay? So, guys, scenario one, you are a CEO or founder with at least $10,000 monthly recurring revenue, and you want to get to $1 million annual recurring revenue. Okay? But you cannot and feels exceptionally frustrated about this. All you know is that your product works, okay? But you still need to find your perfect thread. The scenario two is that you are struggling with maintaining good valuations and you're feeling stressed and pressured to meet your investors' targets. And guys, scenario three could be that you are a SaaS CMO, CTO of fast growing startup. You have tried hiring marketers in the past, but all they did was take your money and leave you with no net return, with a feeling that you have wasted your time. This is not your fault. Okay? The truth is that most marketing firms mean well, but if they don't have product market fit sold for you, they will not be able to successful. Okay? So guys, come on, think more. Something, think more that you have all possibly tried and all possibly you have tried all the easiest option available there. Okay, just think more about it. Or guys, it is possible that you either did nothing about it, right? Or you have tried many alternate free tools and spent thousands bucks on their upgrades, but it didn't work out the way you wanted, and you are back to where you started. Okay, so again, guys, let me tell you, this is not your fault. Okay, the reason is because it didn't work out the way you wanted. Okay, the quality of the content was below substandard, the output was SEO driven, but it failed. It was SEO driven, but believe me, it failed to capture the real essence of your target audience passion points. The tools did not generate enough unique insights, compelling answers, and engaging stories. The tools that you used, okay, they didn't generate enough unique insights, unique content, compelling answers, and people were stuck with what and how to proceed with the content they have got. Okay, so again, let me tell you, this is not your fault. Okay, and guys, you know that a new product launch is never easy, even if you are a well-known marketer or entrepreneur. Okay guys, let me ask you again a question. Did you know that 80% of the B2B product development teams have a content strategy? They also create buyer persona, but only 11% of those teams consider their content marketing strategy and their buyer persona accurate. And out of these 11%, sadly, I repeat, out of this 11%, sadly, few teams use effectively their buyer persona in their content creation process, and they fall prey to SEO keyword tools. So this is sourced from Content Marketing Institute Survey 2021. Okay, so how do you see this? That buyer persona based content strategy everyone is trying to make, but they're badly failing it in real implementation. Content marketing using AI, as you know, guys, is the hottest thing right now in the market because it is one of the best ways to generate quick content and marketing ROI by building new and better relationships with your potential customers. Okay, but how do you create a long, strong, sustainable content marketing program? Okay, a strong, solid content marketing program. And how do you measure its effectiveness? This is still a challenge. Answer is you need an extensive buyer persona creation AI based tool and ability to test its effectiveness. Your ability to set up a laboratory environment and test its effectiveness. Now, again, the biggest problem is how to create effective buyer persona. And then again, on the top of it, the biggest challenge still remains how to effectively use it in your content creation process. So, guys, I must repeat it. CrawlQ is dedicated to solving this problem for product design engineers, product managers, CTOs, SaaS CMOs, sales and marketing technology leaders like you. Okay, okay. So, guys, if this is your struggle and you're thinking of a partner who can be at your rescue, your wingman, okay, then you are at the right place. Hey, hey, introducing CrawlQ, your gateway to insights, story, answer. Build content that is everlasting and get discovered by Fred who need you most. Okay? Hey, but before I go further, I again really want to ask you a very, very simple question. How often are you frustrated when your boss asks why you didn't publish any blog post this week? And that happened to me, and believe me, that was a trigger. That was a real trigger of beginning of something awesome, guys. I'm going to tell you how I use content creation AI tool to make my life easier during the recent product launch. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Harish Kumar. I have 17 plus years of experience as a product design engineer. I have been engaging as a product owner for a number of data science projects with ING Bank here in Amsterdam, Netherlands, Ernst& Young also in Netherlands and in Europe. I have worked with Deutsche Bank in London. Econ is a big group here in Netherlands, and also the big bank here in Netherlands, Rabobank. So while working in these organizations, what I realized that there is a high disconnect among sales, marketing, and product development teams. And guys, as a product design engineer, I know what it takes to build a product. I know what it takes to build a product. It's hard. And on the top of it, when your boss is asking, right? When it comes to creating a blog post, I developed cold feet like you. I also had this problem. And at some point of time, it seems this was impossible to achieve. Literally, I developed cold feet, okay? And I have faced this problem. And guys, I found the solution. It is lot easier than you think, okay? My struggle was real. I looked everywhere for a viable solution, but I couldn't find a solution that was able to answer my questions. So here is my story. With 17 plus years of professional experience as a software developer and product design engineer in various companies, including financial services and banks, I got curious in the last few years about machine learning, data science, natural language processing, and how to generate and use this technique for automation of the content creation pipeline, and how to rapidly analyze buyers' emotions, pain points, desires, and semantics. And that was the exact gap that I felt when I was product design engineer, because I never had an interaction with sales and marketing teams. In all these companies, these teams were working in silos. And when I did manage to publish my first blog post, it didn't seem like people were really engaging with the content. And I missed out on two ways, big ways. There was no traffic back to my website, and which is uh, there was nothing, there was not much resonance, there was no traffic back to my website, and very minimal, very minimal personal connection that I found through my website and through my content for my any potential future customers. Okay, and believe me, I found nothing other than few books on the topic. So guys, I found I was not alone in this. Everyone, everyone in my domain I met was fighting the same battle as I was. Many product design engineers had roadblocks, a lack of connect with their product consumers, with their customers, and they lack writing experience. Big time, believe me. And guys, this frustration and this gap between product, marketing, and sales really inspired me. I used this frustration to build a knowledge and background to inspire myself, and I founded CrawlQ.ai with these design goals of achieving higher conversion rates with buyer persona based copywriting, leveraging AI for custom content creation, for super specific content creation for my friend. But let me tell you, in this learning experience, in this quest to learn and go deeper, I realized that I am not a copywriter. I'm also not a marketer. I'm also not a salesperson. Okay? And still, my desires were my desires were to get more clients, sales, revenue, and I could sort of visualizing and I was thinking that I could create a business without even raising money, and I will entirely bootstrap my startup to dollar sort of 1 million annual recurring revenue. But this is sort of my realization. I'm not a copywriter. How do I do that? How I will get there? I was not a copywriter. Believe me, I am not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. And still, I have the desire. So, how? How on earth did I get there? This was this was the question that I was struggling with. Hey, so welcome to CrawlQ.ai in its fancy dream phase. Launching CrawlQ.ai was not an easy task, believe me. It was aimed to offer a practical solution to customer pain points for landing pages, webinars, for blog posts, for organic lead generation, and whatnot, for higher conversion, and with unique AI based copywriting system. Okay, was a dream. It was a dream, and it was a fancy idea. This was an idea with no background in copywriting, marketing, and sales. Believe me, it was a fantasy, I will say. Fantasy of CrawlQ was born. I was aiming for copywriting solution with the sole focus on target audience. Okay, and tailoring this content to the specific input that you provide in an automated manner, which sort of obliterate any of my skills that I don't have. So I was dreaming for a copywriting solution where you don't need to be a copywriter, you don't need to be a marketer, you don't need to be an SEO person, okay, and you don't need to be a salesperson. So this was my dream, this was my fantasy, to create something which is fully automated without this background. Can you believe this? So guys, when I started on this dream, the easiest thing that immediately um, I could connect was search engine optimization and these fancy graphs about readability, reading time, content length. I thought, wow, I'm trying to do something different here. I'm creating a tool which is different, which is semantic SEO, is a new SEO, and I'm going into sentiments, I'm going into readability aspect, and this was the first step of making something which remotely remotely away from what I was thinking of a copywriting system. And when I started on something like this, everyone sort of started telling me that SEO is the starting point. You can't sort of work around through SEO. You have to start from SEO and then define sort of your target audience. And I was thinking, hey, uh, we can do this. So it was not difficult to start first, assemble a small team, uh, put something like a web crawler, and using my previous knowledge, we quickly come up with something like a beta version. And this beta version was fully focused on semantic search, and that's where first we started using NLP algorithms and search engine optimization in the 20 was like in 2020. Okay, so this journey already started before that, but the first thing quickly I could come up was a beta version, and it was merely an SEO tool which can crawl your website and can provide a lot of information on the readability, reading time. And still, it was sort of unique idea. No one was doing those aspects quite into detail, and still, you won't find the semantics and the readability of your content and in-depth analysis. What you find most of the time is technical audit, and that's SEO, and that's where it stopped. But the start was good, but my problem was, again, I was stuck with this idea of SEO. I wanted to do something different, and the route to do that something different was forcing me to choose an SEO route. Okay, I think you will get it. But this SEO route was the route that I was forced to choose. And I'll tell you how difficult it was for me to understand. But being as a product design engineer, product developer, it was easy to take this data based approach. Okay, but actually that was very start like beta version. I cannot even tell, like, it was not even mature to any extent where I can sort of launch it on any platform. So the next big question that I was struggling, and it was very difficult to get this answer: how do I sell without a background in copywriting, marketing, and being a salesperson? How do I sell without having a polished product? This was thing which was keeping me awake in the night. Okay, and you guys know this, right? As if you are a product design engineer, product owner, everyone around you are expecting that you are good at writing about your product. You are good at describing and writing description on your product in a way which sort of connect with your target audience. And of course, the route we took was through SEO, unfortunately. And guys, as I told you, I never saw myself as a copywriter. Traditional job application didn't suit me very well as well. Okay, And with all this talk about GPT-3, AI, and all this NLP, I was I was still trying to understand where I can go with this, and I really forced myself to explore this potential of this technology for myself, and that's why now I want this technology, this knowledge, and the learnings that I have to you guys. Okay, so again, it was really my struggle and desires working as a product design engineer, product manager. The thing was, I wasn't able to get more clients or sales, or let alone sort of revenue, and it was like the business I was dreaming that I will raise. Sorry, I won't raise money, and I will entirely bootstrap to this. Was just a hollow dream, and to make things even worse, I felt terrible because I'll tell you, I was in a meeting. It's a shorter story. I'll tell you this, and I really like you to listen to this. I was in a meeting with the client, and I was explaining him how can I help him with the content marketing, content creation, and he was surprised. He looked at me, "Hey man, you don't have any experience with copywriting or with marketing. You're just a product owner." Look, stared at me. He just said, "Hey, I just don't want to hire a product design engineer or a copywriter or a marketer." Or he said that he wanted to hire someone who can understand his product deep. He can understand his target audience, and he said, "I want someone, a unique person who has all these three knowledge of product design, copywriting, and a marketer who can also generate qualified leads and paying customers and sales for him." He was looking for someone who's with the three characteristics together, and it really felt me really bad because it really hit me hard. The problem quickly hit me hard with a dead end, and at that same time, I was working on a project for a client, and I was getting really frustrated because I could not really get the results what my client wanted. And you can see from this story, this client really wanted someone, not just a product design engineer, but he was expecting in me a copywriter, a marketer, and he was expecting that I should be able to um, write copy or product pages or blog pages in such a way that it generate qualified leads, paying customer. He was looking for someone with a specialist background with all these three disciplines, and um, this means that I was really stuck because I I didn't have that background, and I was forced to take a step back and reevaluate my own strategy for my own consulting business. Okay, then something by chance uh, special happened, something unique happened. Okay, now exciting things started. So after that, I spent almost 6 months in. In drawing board in my house. After office hours, I spent a lot of time reading through many authoritative copywriting text references. I, I I was just I thought I have to do it. I have to win this challenge, and there comes the moment of truth. I started working on this deep dive research, and my question was only that why the people from tech background, they're not like sort of clear content writer, why they can't write something which can generate clicks, sales, and why they're not authority in this field, and it shouldn't be like this, right? So I switched myself, and I really deep dive into this. So I did a deep dive research into this problem and how it will feel like being a copywriter, marketer, salesperson. I sort of immersed myself into this, and I learned that, of course, uh, every time the tech oriented people, they're too busy with the product, with the features, that they haven't learned these necessary skills that were needed and that were asked from them. So I really that gap really inspired me to start working on this project that can really bridge the gap between sales, marketing, and product development. And after we did that analysis, and I went back to my team, and I had quite solid good ideas how to start. So it was just an SEO tool, but then with this deep content, copywriting, and those research that I did, it really helped me to start putting some content on our website, earlier website, quantumixsolution.com. And we really started as a kind of a smoke screen test MVP. We started getting some qualified leads, and it was just for more consulting purposes because our product was not mature at the time. And we started to get some initial clients, and that's where the current products beta version, advanced version on top of SEO started, and we could generate a sort of decent revenue in 6 months, and that's where we took a step further and made this as a CrawlQ.ai. So we had a transformation. This was really the old CrawlQ version, okay, but still I was not there. Actually, I was far away from that fantasy that initially I thought about a machine, CrawlQ. I started with SEO. I sort of understand this deep dive research problem. I put some framework. Still, it was not like a full-fledged AI automated content creation. And the way I wanted to sort of, without learning copywriting, without having SEO skills, I wanted to have something which I just learned, but I really don't need to sort of implement. I wanted to implement it in a way that people just get it. They when they will use my software, they don't have to do the same thing that I have done. That was my goal. If you are following me correctly, my goal was that, okay, I will go through this drill, but when I come up with the software, then people don't have to learn these skills. They should be able to work together with software without mastering those skills. They should be able to understand what it is doing, but the whole idea was to create a software that that has a marketer inside, that has a salesperson inside, and that has an expensive copywriter inside. So all these three people I wanted to bundle together and put into a software, and then I was I wanted to give this as a gift to my boss, who was challenging me on all the time, that why I didn't write a blog post. Okay, so then a big transformation actually happened, and just before this transformation, it was like 1.5 months or 2 months. We said let's do it. Come on. Um, we have already a good framework of how to collect data for market research. We have an SEO tool. We also had a competitor analysis, and I was fancied about this idea of topic modeling. So we put together like a bundle of features: uh, SEO, competitor analysis, topic modeling, market research, and we thought let's go with this, right? This is our good MVP version, and we launched this version on 8th of March on marketplace on AppSumo, and wow, that was within just 1.5 month of this preparation, and we could launch it, and it was tremendous impact on the software. In just 3 months, we had almost 2,500 LTD customers, and that was everything organic without any paid promotion from AppSumo. We got almost like 40 high quality reviews and 250 questions that we answered. So it was tremendous feedback that we received in short period of time. And the software and every preparation that we did from earlier beta version to the version that we had on AppSumo, but just within 1.5 months we did all this, because my main idea was to reach out to market, get the feedback faster, and iterate over it, right? Like, so if I was sitting on it and I was thinking, hey, I should have a very perfect product to launch, I don't think I could have done it so far. Still, I could have still tried to make it perfect. But with this, it was not completely unfinished. But the version that you guys saw on marketplace, yeah, let me confess, it was not the perfect the way it was launched on 8th of March, right? But still, these 250 question answers, these reviews, and the amount of engagement that we generated was tremendous, right? And uh, also later on we got beta testers from AppSumo and a lot of feedbacks. And I almost counted them. There are 150 actionable feedbacks that was just for UI and UX. Can you believe that? But for us, it was a big, big step. It was a big transformation for us to get this kind of feedback, and our team's ability to prioritize and implement those feedback again. So we had a full backlog, and this I applied all my product design engineering background and the whole knowledge that we had about from these copywriting books. Everything was there. We just worked hard and pushed ourselves, and we saw this kind of big transformation in terms of feedback, in terms of engagement, in terms of the idea that we were trying to implement there. So believe me, it was real big push for us for for the current version. So here comes the, the version, the current version, okay? The brand new CrawlQ, okay? With new UI UX, with tons of improvement, fully AI powered content creation software, fully connected with market research, full AI assisted market research. And um, this connection that we built was through our own AI, in-house AI. We call it Athena. Athena is a smart AI assistant which connect all your market research with the content creation process. And believe me, this is 100% high quality content to help your customers and prospect to achieve their goals. Okay, um, and this is unique in the marketplace. I'll touch upon this more later, but this idea of connecting the market research and content creation takes us apart, much apart in this niche, and much further away from this top-down SEO approach. Okay, so guys, let me introduce you further the brand new CrawlQ content creation software. With CrawlQ content creation software, you don't have to anymore worry about creating content for your website, blogs, and social media. No more wasting time and money on content creation. No more the pain of creating high quality B2B content. Believe me, CrawlQ crushes the competition. Okay? So, guys, now you may be thinking out loud, there are so many content creation software in the market. So, why CrawlQ is the best? Let me tell you, CrawlQ is the only software that goes deep inside your target audience and map this information in an informed way so that you can create 100% unique, compelling, and engaging content for any target audience it is aimed at. And this is why, guys, you need CrawlQ. Okay, but before we go further, let me again reiterate who are the people who will appreciate most the software. Okay, who are the people who will get it like just like it. Okay, the people who come from product design engineer background, product managers, CTOs, SaaS CMOs, sales and marketing, tech-oriented leaders, they will get it. They will get super fast that this is the software for them, because it will help them to create highly engaging content. They will feel they have the knowledge of their thread. Uh, they will feel that now they have full control, and boss cannot just say, why didn't you write blog post last week before our product launch? Okay, so this is important to understand, that who are the people who will just get it in just a click, that hey, this is for us. And this is all without the cost of trial and error, so that you can save time, resonate with your friend, and deliver high quality content, conversation points during a coffee meeting with your friend. Okay. Hey guys, if you're still laughing at me, okay, I want to tell you that CrawlQ uses the same proven sales formulas as millionaire copywriters use. From Eugene Schwartz to Dan Kennedy to Gary, Greg, Jay, Ken McCarthy, Perry, Joe, Fred, is quite an extensive approach, starting from Eugene Schwartz to Dan Kennedy. And there were also the formulas that we touched upon in our sales letter from these people, Fred Stone, Ken McCarthy. You will find inside CrawlQ sales script, the sales letter um, provided by these popular copywriters. So the key takeaway is that the CrawlQ is based on solid copywriting foundational framework, and I have sort of covered this in my different videos, and still it is not fully done, but you will notice that all those copywriting formulas combined with the data that we gather on our thread will come together in CrawlQ and power Athena with the most advanced copywriting system, content creation system. And I was talking to one of the marketer in one of my webinar, and he concluded our conversation that CrawlQ is trying to bring SEO word and conversion copywriting together. So I'm sure if it comes from the marketer who's more than 20 years of experience, and if the marketer sort of conclude this, I can say with confidence that what we have done in this software is unique, is totally different from what you will see out there in more SEO focused software, or just type of software which are not fully alive with the AI making connection between between the sales copywriting, and they're just like copywriting formulas and some templates. That's it. Here we combine both the word, the SEO word, and the um, in-depth copywriting persuasive technique, the formulas that are generally used by millionaire copywriters. Okay, so I hope this really give you solid foundation, solid understanding of why CrawlQ is different from rest of the softwares out there. So guys, why are you going to love CrawlQ? Because it will save you time, save money, and save effort. And like me, if you don't have this in-depth background on copywriting, marketing, and sales, and if still your boss is expecting a big blog post fully optimized for SEO just before product launch, I'm sure when if you have the CrawlQ, you will never have the problem, the frustration, the irritation that I had when I was asked to do that. Okay. So again, I wanted to draw attention to product design engineers, product managers, CTOs, SaaS CMOs, sales and marketing tech leaders. who literally spend 5 hours a day getting 10 minutes of quality content. Guys, it's a continuous challenge on how to stand out in a crowded, noisy marketplace and use marketing to launch a new product. It's a real struggle, especially for the people who are coming from this background. Believe me, and I really wanted to call your attention on this. But guys, um, just don't take my words for it, okay? And believe me, here comes a card from Lean Case. A card from Lean Case was our beta customers. Before beta customers, it was the consulting customers. And what he said, I was unfamiliar with copywriting skills and search engine ranking factors. Generating compelling content is not an easy. And now and then he was struggling with blog visibility also, and was his blogs or content was not getting ranked on page one of Google. He said, I continuously learned and improved with the CrawlQ teams and their suggestions, and instead of buying expensive tools and templates, he applied this process and framework of content optimization based on buyer persona, and the results were outstanding. I started seeing our blog posts ranking on page one of Google for many of the targeted long tail topics and keywords. So, of course, we applied the buyer persona approach framework, and we optimized fully for Google search as well. So he said, and I quote him, I was able to see my traffic and sales grow, bringing in a consistent flow of leads and sales, which helped me close more. So lean case, close more lean case subscription with my clients. CrawlQ helped me create a fantastic blog with tons of backlink in less than 30 days. And that's why I'm so passionate about CrawlQ's AI content automation to produce long-term authority content strategy rather than just focusing on keywords, volumes, and CPC value. Okay, here comes another. So Joshua from Joshua Cunningham, growth consultant from USA, said, "Hey, this is like hiring a $10,000 consultant for $20.79. I'm super pumped to use this to its full potential because I recently gained clarity on who my target market is. I think this is potentially the most powerful software in the AppSumo marketplace right now." Cool. Then Jennifer Anastansi, brand and marketing strategies. She said, I just started playing with this and it's fantastic. I just did the suspicions and they were dead on. Okay, cool to hear this actually. But I'm sure, guys, you're still saying, hey, it all sounds great, but how do I know it works, right? I'm sure this is still in your mind. So, again, how to generate all your content without trial and error so that you can save time, resonate with your Fred, and deliver high quality content and value to Fred? This is the question, and I'm sure you're still asking this. This all sounds fancy to you, but believe me, this is possible. This is possible with CrawlQ. So, guys, with CrawlQ, all you will get is not just a copy, but an AI proofread content that is highly optimized for copywriting formulas and frameworks from authoritative sources. These are these authoritative resources are the popular books from Eugene Schwartz, Dan Kennedy's Sales Letter, um, Russell Brunson, Jim Edward, you name it. And I shown in the previous context on the slide that most of these copywriting formula are part of the framework of CrawlQ. With CrawlQ, you can identify your Fred, your target audience, your niche, the person that you wanted to take on a coffee date, and you will be able to make 3 times more profit from each customer that you acquire. You will get pre-launch traffic from your own blog and build email list with it. And if you are product design engineer like me, who has no background in marketing, sales, and copywriting, Guys, believe me, you can get a full authority page blog on how your product solves the problem of your target audience. So really target audience focused content, if you are looking for, then CrawlQ is the place to try out. Okay, CrawlQ is the tool to try it out. So for my product design engineer friends, the product launch content creation now, guys. Believe me, you don't have to work on your weekends and unplanned hours, or sometime even when you are sick. Okay, it is just in the name of getting ahead of your competition. Now you can use CrawlQ. Okay, and you are not only getting early access to this product, but being as a product design engineer or people who come from tech background, you're also stepping into a game changing mindset. You are not going through this route of SEO, believe me. Now, guys, you don't have to really worry about how are you going to write that blog post, you know, each and every week without your boss reminding you. You will be able to surprise positively your boss this time if you start using CrawlQ right now, right today, right now, right today. If you start using CrawlQ, you won't have to worry about it. Your boss won't get disappointed next time. So guys, CrawlQ has two foundational features: market research, fully AI assisted market research, and then it's connected via Athena to the content creation process. Full-fledged AI content writer, much more than there are so many tools offering the same thing, but it has much more than some of the tools out there is just a side function inside. It's on your it's kind of a side dish with this AI content writer, a kind of detailed deep dive into SEO topics, headlines, everything comes with CrawlQ, and many of these features are just like a full-fledged tool out there in the market. Like just you supply two three things and they will generate headlines, but all these kind of things are just here inbuilt for you. It is much more deeper. Many of the things that you see in other tools is just a side dish here. Okay, so talking about um, this landscape of these tools, this side is more about um, content marketing tools. This is more content optimization. These are more this area is more into search, market research, and you can see CrawlQ stand out itself. Again, I wanted to have a big disclaimer on this. This is based on our internal research and the consultation with a few industry experts who are really looking into these different landscapes. So, of course, this can be there can be some bias on it, but this is what it is. This is a clear understanding of how CrawlQ uniquely position itself into this broad niche of content creation, especially in this area where you are automating the content creation and also doing in-depth research. Okay, so guys, CrawlQ is no bargain, no brainer deal for you. Okay, if you really see it, is no bargain, no brainer deal for you. So guys, get started with CrawlQ today. Save hours of A/B testing by using awesome market research tool. Check this out. When you start, you set up your account, you define your company's niche. Step by step, then you define your niche, which starts with ideal prospect overview story, demographics, semantics, psychographics, and even things like your emotional hook with your product and services. And once you fill all this information, you can generate insights with our awesome cutting edge AI Athena. And Athena will further train and help you to connect all your content for the sales and marketing and blog content. So the beauty of CrawlQ is that you get super specific. You generate insights, create stories, get answers that your Fred is looking for. CrawlQ is, guys, no bargain, no-brainer deal for organic scaling. Okay. So guys, again, visit our site CrawlQ.ai. Choose the plan that suits your business needs and pocket. If you subscribe annually, okay, then you get 20% discount on your billing. You can also look out for our limited lifetime deals that we are running through our partner channel AppSumo. Of course, this is limited, and it has certain features which you can really make good use of it. And guys, in case you really want to get taste of what I'm discussing all about here in this long presentation, you can book a call with me. You can join one of our webinars. We are running 3 webinars each week, and these are designed for US market, for Europe market, for Asia market on different time zones. You can join either webinars. You can book a direct call with me. You can check our awesome resources on CrawlQ.ai resources. So guys, our goal here is to realize the true potential of artificial intelligence capabilities to our enterprise and fast-growing B2B marketing, sales, tech startups, and B2B content creation agencies. And of course, I don't need to reiterate again. CrawlQ is really specially designed for product design engineers like me, like you guys who come from uh, tech background. Yours, product managers, CTOs, SaaS CMOs, sales and marketing technology leaders. Okay. So guys, again, CrawlQ is unbelievable bargain. Okay, is unbelievable bargain. Trust me. Don't delay on it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth. Buy CrawlQ today with 100% risk-free guarantee. So guys, on board on CrawlQ, get CrawlQ now, today, else you will miss out the opportunity to learn how to do something that will help you grow your business. Else you will be left behind in scaling your business organically. You will be relying on paid ad and expensive referral programs. Else you will be left behind with your competition as well. Okay, so get CrawlQ today, right now. So guys, if it sounds like CrawlQ is for you, try CrawlQ and discover the difference for yourself. Get started with CrawlQ today. So guys, I'm sure still you're asking a question, why are we different from rest of the similar tools in the market? So guys, take my words on this. Content marketing space has reached at a stage where we have heard all the claims in their all extremes. They are mere repetition or exaggeration, and their mechanism won't work any longer with change in search engine. The way Google is making and proposing changes that how all these AI content writers are following a Markov chain and repeating the content, and at some point of time Google is going to block this very soon. And uh, all these search engine including Google, they are forcing and they're demanding for high quality unique content tied to emotional hooks and saleability of your product or services really for the Fred. And I am throughout this presentation I was talking about Fred is my real target audience. Fred has fears. Fred has um, Fred wants results. Fred has expectations. Fred has desires. Okay, so this is the Fred. This is single person that you start with CrawlQ. You wanted to take this person on a coffee date, and this approach is unique. It's not based. It's not out there in any competitor tool. All these competitor tools starts with either keyword or SEO, but we start with Fred, the real person, the Fred who has emotions and desires and wants results, and he has expectations. So this all includes in all this AI based tool, which is just end up you in creating sort of another Wikipedia type of articles. If you just follow these all other SEO tools or AI tools based on SEO topics. Okay, so CrawlQ is here to change the game with this brand new approach to create state-of-the-art AI-powered market research and inject this into content creation process. It's a holy combination of niche research, and highly optimized 100% unique content for any target audience which is aimed at. Okay, in other words, a new mechanism, a new way to make content that resonate with your friend. With CrawlQ, there exists a different process. It's a fresh mechanism, it's a fresh chance, it's a brand new possibility of success where only disappointment has resulted in the past. Okay? Again, what distinguishes us from everyone else there? So, unlike other traditional content marketing and SEO tools that are too focused on technical SEO and keyword based approach, CrawlQ is semantic intelligence engine. It actually reads your market research, your website content for meanings and provides in-depth actionable insights to help you to define your FRED, your ideal buyer persona. And here comes the real power of CrawlQ. With its advanced AI content writer and sales copywriter, you can write amazing niche specific content, fully automated based on your buyer persona. You can A/B test your multiple personas and you can validate your business ideas. Even you can originate your business idea, a new business idea. You can even sell before you build product or service. Okay. So this is the real power of CrawlQ. So again, you may be asking question, what exactly we are promising? So we are promising to optimize your content strategy to create 100% unique content, highly optimized for any target audience it is aimed at. CrawlQ is everything that you need, full-fledged marketing tool other than maybe traffic analytics and a CRM to start your business, to test your business idea, to start product market fit or get first few paying customers. And if you're already having a product market fit or having a paying customer, then it's a strategy to scale organically with the before you investing too much time in the SEO and other techniques. Okay, so if you really follow this approach, it's based on buyer persona based copywriting framework, and this really results a higher conversion, higher revenue, and it's really guaranteed for your identified niche that this approach will work because it goes too much depth. The you won't believe it unless you see it. The depth is huge. It's like quite deeper approach to understand your thread and generalize your thread in so many threads that these are statistically significant number of thread, and you have your market which is sort of born, right? The market is born because you have started with one thread and you have generalized this thread, abstracted this thread into your ideal customer avatar, and this avatar is sort of statistically significant so that you have a new market which is born, or if you have an existing market, then you have validated this market. Okay, so again, you might be asking a question, where did you get the idea to offer this solution? So guys, a year and a half back, we started with our own blogging engine and the use of AI and data science and machine learning and SEO. Okay, we tried to juggle around, as I said in my this presentation, with SEO tools and tactics, but really it didn't work out. Then we decided to solve this problem and run a series of rapid experiments which resulted in the development of CrawlQ, and now we really want this thing to bring to more hands like you guys. Okay, now last question, how do I present this to my team? Great. You can use our training videos, you can use case studies, you can educate your team members, colleagues about benefits and possible growth opportunities using CrawlQ for your first product launch, business idea validation, or scaling your business with 100% unique content, highly tailored to your target audiences. So guys, start crafting better content faster today. With CrawlQ, it takes minutes, not days, to create authority content for your friend. Remember, you're creating content for your friend.